Hello everyone, welcome to ours truly, the Potato Forecast, a teenager news of the weather. My name is Kiyomi and I will be your weather forecaster for today. But in today's episode of our weather forecast, we will be talking and sharing information about the average weather and its temperature right now in Japan so far this year. From what we know from now, the average temperature from this month or this year right now is approximately or typically ranging from 2 Celsius to 24 Celsius or 36 Fahrenheit to 75 Fahrenheit. This kind of condition would be considered as spring weather there in Japan. From what we know from this information, the higher the population is, the hotter the weather would be. While weather shows us what's happening right now, climate is what the weather the weather is like over a longer period of time. Here I would not only share my brief weather reports, but also essential difference between the weather and the climate in the world as a weather forecaster to you viewers. But before unpacking that, I would like to pass it to my partner Erin, where she would like to share her news of the weather in her location, Osaka.
Good afternoon, my name is Erin in Osaka, Japan. Osaka's temperature today is 17 degrees Celsius, but feels like 14 degrees. This is the weather forecast for the following week in Osaka. Wednesday, tomorrow will be 20 degrees. Thursday will be 24 degrees. Friday will be 24 degrees as well. Saturday will be 23 degrees. Sunday will be 20 degrees. Monday, 23 degrees as well. Tuesday will be 26 degrees, which is the highest. The air quality of Osaka right now is 34, which is pretty good, and the UV index is 2, which is low. Now I'll be addressing the problem of climate change and its causes. The increase in greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide have significantly altered the Earth's climate. According to the United Nations, as greenhouse gas emissions blanket the Earth, they trap the sun's heat. This leads to global warming and climate change. The world is now warming faster than at any point in recorded history. The United Nations also stated that other major causes of the climate change include general power, which causes large chunks of global emissions, cutting down forests. When trees are cut, they release the carbon dioxide they have been storing, consuming too much electricity. It emits significant quantities of greenhouse gas emissions. Now I'll be going deeper into the causes of climate change. First is natural causes. Nature on Earth has drastically influenced the climate. Some factors include shifts in the Earth's crust, known as plate tectonics, changes in the orbit of the Earth, and volcanic eruptions. Shifts in the Earth's crust. It affects Earth's climate by altering ocean currents, mountain building processes, and carbon cycling. Now let's move on to changes in the Earth's orbit. The eclipse is more pronounced so that the Earth moves closer and further away from the sun in its orbit. When the Earth is closer to the sun, our climate is warmer, and this cycle also affects the length of the seasons. Lastly is volcanic eruptions. Volcanic gases like sulfur dioxide can cause global cooling, like volcanic carbon dioxide, greenhouse gas, and potential to promote global warming. Now we will be moving on to the human-caused climate change. First is generating power. Producing electricity can, by burning fossil fuels, cause large chunks of global emissions. These actions produces carbon dioxide and nitrous oxide, which are powerful greenhouse gases that cover the Earth and trap the sun's heat. Now let's move on to cutting down forests. Since forests absorb carbon dioxide, destroying them also limits nature's ability to keep emissions out of the atmosphere. We'll be talking about the connection of the past and the present in climate change. The first effect of climate change is rising temperatures. As greenhouse gas concentrations rise, so does the global surface temperature. The last decade, 2011 to 2020, is the warmest on record. The Earth's average surface temperature has increased by roughly 1 Celsius since the late 19th century. Since the 1980s, each decade has been warmer than the previous one. Nearly all land areas are seeing more hot days and heat waves. Temperatures in the Arctic wave have warmed at least twice as fast as the global average. Now is the sea level rise. The sea absorbs most of the heat from global warming. The rate of the ocean warming has strongly increased over the 2 decades. As the sea warms, its volume gets ascended since water expands as it gets warmer. Over the past 100 years, global sea levels have risen by approximately 6 to 8 inches, which is 15 to 20 centimeters. Melting ice sheets also cause sea levels to rise, which threatens land and coastal communities. Lastly, I'll be talking about the loss of species. Climate change caused risks of the survival of species everywhere. These risks have increased as temperatures climb. The world is losing species at a rate of 1,000 times greater than any other time in humanity. 1 million species are at risk of becoming extinct in the next few decades. A study by the National Institute of Health, which is NIH, found that 390 vertebrate species went extinct since 1900, which is 40 times the background rate. The world is getting warmer through climate change every day. We should keep Osaka clean and cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Erin, for that weather report about Osaka. Now I will be passing it on to my other partner, Jia Hamdani, where she will be sharing her other weather report about Tokyo.
Now I'll be presenting the weather forecast in Tokyo for the next 10 days. Today it is 23 degrees. Tomorrow it will be 17 degrees. And Wednesday it will be 23 degrees. Thursday will be 22 degrees. Friday will be 22 degrees as well. Saturday will also be 22 degrees. Sunday is also 22 degrees. Monday is 24 degrees. Tuesday is 27 degrees. And Wednesday is 28 degrees. The summers in Tokyo are hot and humid. The winters are cold but not severely. Speaking of winters, do you know what the Ice Age is? Earth experienced alternating periods of cold periods, which is the Ice Age, and warm periods, which are interglacials, for at least 1 million years. The last Ice Age was about 20,000 years ago, and we're currently in the interglacial period. The Earth is relatively warm, and ice sheets are receding. Spring and autumn are the most pleasant weathers in mild temperature and low rainfall. In Tokyo, typhoons are most common in August and September, and snowfall is common in January and February. Tokyo's air quality is 59, which is moderate. The UV index is 2, which is low, and the humidity is 45%. This is the end for the weather report of Tokyo. Thank you.
Thank you, Gia, for that weather report about Tokyo. Now I will be passing it on to my other partner, Charissa, who will be sharing her other report about Kyoto.
Kyoto, my name is Charissa. This about the podcast city of Kyoto, Japan. Kyoto is about to make a sunny and rainy conditions. It expects high and low to mid-80s Fahrenheit, around 20 centigrade Celsius degree, with lows in the 60s Fahrenheit, around 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. There's a shows in Afghanistan, particularly in the moon. Kyoto has a humid subtropical climate with hot, humid summers and relatively cool winters and occasional snowfall. Summers can be quite hot and humid. Daytime highs partly reaching the low 90s Fahrenheit around 32 degrees Celsius, and thus a higher chance of rain and thunderstorms. Kyoto is a huge subtropical climate, featuring a marked seasonal variation in temperature and precipitation. Summers are hot and humid, but winters are relatively calm with occasional snowfall. In future, there might likely be an increase in average temperatures and changes in precipitation patterns, including more frequent intense rain fall events, Kyoto is also experiencing the impacts of extreme weather, such as tornadial waves, which are associated with global warming.
Thank you, Charissa, for sharing that information about Kyoto. Ladies and gentlemen, looking back to my statement about the difference between the weather and the climate in the world, this might also make you ask yourself, why do I need to tell you this information in the first place anyway? Well, when understanding Earth's climate history, it is crucial because it helps us comprehend current climate changes, predict future scenarios, and inform our actions to mitigate and adapt to those changes. By studying past climates, we can see how the Earth system responds to various factors, including natural processes and human activities, providing valuable insights into how the climate might evolve in the future. Finishing off this episode of the Potato Forecast, I would like to mention in advance a warm thank you for watching our weather forecast, briefly today about Japan. But here I am ending this episode on a good note. This has been Kiyomi signing off. Thanks for watching. See you next time.